Hey guys, welcome to part 3 of my world tour. Uh, I don't know if you guys got the memo from part 2, but at the end of the video I added some annotation about how I was going to upload part 3 because I had been working on a whole lot of stuff for you guys and for myself. And I think I'm at a point where I can go ahead and show you guys some of it. Now, I'm not finished with all of it. There are a lot of things that are works in progress. There are a lot of things that I still want to do and haven't started on. So you won't see any of the stuff I haven't started on, obviously, but you'll see the stuff that I'm working on. You'll see the stuff that I've already finished, and I hope you guys like it, and I think you will. And another thing, I've um, installed a ton of mods that you guys will see, and I'll try to remember to say them and talk about them as I use them, so so you guys can see those. Now I'm gonna get out of here. This is an area I'll talk about later. I'm gonna go to a spot that is familiar to you guys, and then I will make a day, and then I will then we can get started. This is the castle that you guys should remember. Now, the mod that I used to come over here was a flying mod. Lets me fly. Up at the top right, you see a mini-map. That is another mod. So those are pretty cool. And I changed this just a little bit. I added some torches because I could fly now, so I could add the torches in those really hard to reach spots. But there's nothing really new about it. Well, everything else, though, is fairly new. Okay. So let me change the time real quick. This is another mod. I can change the time. If you look at your top left, you'll see the time is changing. It's adding time. Okay, so now it's back to morning. So you'll see this right here. My lighthouse, it burned down. It just straight up burned down. I don't know why. It was really sad when it happened. Really saddening. But, you know, things happen. To this day, I still don't know what exactly burned it down, but something did. And as you can see, the bridge there, that's where the fire started the first time. And I patched the bridge up, and I rebuilt this right here. And it caught on fire again. But luckily, as you can see, I was able to stop it. So something's bad going on right over there. I still haven't been able to figure it out though. So it may look a little familiar, this entrance. It's basically the same thing on the inside. You'll see the glass floors again. Those were preserved, obviously, because that stuff didn't go anywhere. And this is how I had to move. And there's back to the tunnel system. And I've added to the tunnel system. Another thing you will see is I've done a lot of pathways. If I can get out of here. Right here, this is part of the long pathway I've built that goes throughout most of the stuff that I've built. And a little bit's burned. A little bit of it's burned right here. I'll just fly over here. And this is something I've been working on. This is a skyscraper. And I came up with the idea after a while. It's got a nice area in front of it. Fountain. Stairs. And the inside is pretty much empty for now. This is a work in progress. We'll fly up, or actually no, I'll show you another mod that I was working on, or added. This is an elevator right here. So you right click on the top to go up, and we'll go up. You can see the inside. it just automatically takes you all the way up. And so now I'm up on the top of the world pretty much. I believe this building goes as high as it can go. So it's pretty cool. Now, I'll take you back to the fountain and tell you something cool, or ask you if you can figure out something cool about the building. Now, if you look at this fountain, and then you look at the building, you may notice something very special about it. Now, if you don't worry about it. But if you do, go ahead and leave what you think I'm talking about in the comments. Leave a comment, and you'll get something. You'll get something special. And if you get it right, I'll give you that something special. So just let me know. It's pretty cool though, I think. Here's another fountain that'll be inside the building. Now if you look down, it looks like there's something cool down there, and there is. So let's jump in. That was something I got from another video as an idea. Basically just a cool underground area. And I guess I didn't think about this, but there's no way to get up unless the elevator's down here. This is the elevator shaft, so if the elevator were down here, you would be able to ride down, but it's not down here, so I'll just fly up. Here's the elevator right there. Okay, so that's pretty much this building. Remember, if you can figure out what the theme of this building is, let me know, and if you get it right, you get something pretty cool. This building may or may not look familiar. I think it was in the second video. I've been working on some double doors. Haven't really gotten it to work. I think there's a bug going on with it, so it's acting a little weird. But eventually I'll get that, and I'll do that on all the double doors in the world. But on the inside, I think it looks pretty much the same. I added these stairs. That's new. And same with these stairs. These are new. Oh, there should be one more right there. Okay. Oh, and another thing, you can see right here on these blocks, on the grass blocks, there's actual, like, 3D, well, not 3D, but there's grass. Like, real grass, real-looking grass growing up from each block. That's another mod that I'm using. It's pretty cool. Makes the world look a little better. A little bit more realistic. Okay, so let's leave and go to a new building. 2 new buildings, actually. Now this one's fairly simple. This was me experimenting with different materials. You can see I use smooth stone and sand, and fences, and wood on the inside at least. It's a simple building. There's nothing on the inside really of interest. But, you know, it's just a relay of this little pathway that I was talking about. It's going throughout my world. Here's another building. I came up with this idea on my own. As you can see, it's basically a all-glass tower with springs up at the top that flow down along the building. And so you can go all the way up and look outside. You know, it's not as tall as most of my buildings, so it's kind of sad when I figured that out. but I like its size a little bit. I like it. It's pretty cool. It works. It's got a really nice view. And it's got a nice floor looking stuff. Flowing water. It's pretty cool. Let me go to a point that looks familiar to you again to introduce the next building. Okay. So now I'm in the tunnel system. This tunnel, if you remember, goes towards the straight ahead is the castle, and if you take a left down there, that'll take you to the wooden building that replaced the lighthouse. Here's the elevator shaft for the skyscraper I was talking about. And up here is a junction. That one goes towards the grass Smith House building, Smithery. Still haven't figured out what the correct word for that is, but you know, it's okay. And this goes to the glass arboretum. And this is new. This right here is new. It's a new pathway, and it's going to go to a new underground building that I've dug out. And as you can see, the pathway is very nice. It's all laid out, very high contrast, so you can tell where you're supposed to go. Now there are multiple. Well, the building is right down here. There are multiple ways to get to it. I could go right down here. Here's some stuff that I've been working on, redstone. I'll get to that eventually. Or I could go this way. Got a nice arch here. But let's go this way. Also, this bridge right here was replaced with stone. That's a little new. It used to be made out of dirt. Here was the other way that I was talking about. So they both take you to the same building, pretty much. And so I basically dug this out. So you can go down. There's the skylight again. Here is that canal right above us. A glass roof. And then here is like a sewage system. It's kind of small, but it took a whole lot of time to make. All the floors and ceilings are made out of cobblestone, and it's just got a bunch of really cool dungeon effects. And eventually, I'll build this way into this wall right here, and I'll make some jails. And if you look on my mini map up at the top right, I'm right under the outline of another building that I was going to start a while back, but I couldn't really figure out what exactly I wanted to build there. But eventually I'll build something, and I'll connect the jails in this area right here to that building, and it should be cool. So now I'm gonna leave this building and show you some other new stuff that I've been making. I think it's nighttime. Well, it's about to be. Okay. Let's keep going. Okay. This area has been landscaped a little bit. You can see the grass grows pretty tall. That's a little annoying, in my opinion. The grass gets a little too tall for my liking, but it's okay. Now let's make it day again. Reverse time so I can show you my new building. Now this building can work in two ways. It can work as an optical illusion from this angle, pretty much. Looks a little bit like an optical illusion. It looks like the legs are pretty much straight up. They're going, well, I mean, they look slanted, but they don't look like they turn or anything, right? Well, truth be told, that is not the truth. They do turn. And the other cool thing is it totally messes with your perception of how in the world would this building work in real life. And to be honest, it probably wouldn't. Now if you look in here, there's really nothing inside the helixes. It's a pretty empty space. I haven't figured out how to make it rooms or stairs or whatever. But this area has been, you know, floored and everything. It's a pretty empty building for now. I just got to figure out what to put in it, pretty much. And so, it has another one of the elevators right here. That way I can go down. It works really well in skyscrapers and stuff like this. So that's that. And here's another thing. You might have seen this on my map. This is a soccer field. I got this idea from a picture on a website, and basically it's a 1-to-1 scale of a professional soccer field. It is 80 meters by 110 meters, and that is the minimum size for a professional soccer field. And like I said, the grass gets a little too high for my liking, but it's okay. Eventually this will turn into a whole stadium with seats and everything along the sides, and it should look pretty epic. There's a hole over here. Basically took some TNT and blew this giant hole in the earth. There's some diamond right there. But I'll get that later. And this is the bedrock right here. It looks a little different because I'm using a texture pack. Here's some more diamond. It goes all the way to the bedrock. And what I'll do with this is I'll probably let the water from around this, like right here, in here, I'll let that flow in and then fall down the sides, and then build like a little hut right here. It should look pretty cool, especially when you look up.